So welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, Girls Only, to the housing basics. My name is Ellie, and today I would like to show you another side content in Final Fantasy XIV. Maybe you're new to the game, maybe you're older to the game, and you haven't done housing yet. So yes, let's dive into housing and what it is about. If I may call myself a veteran, which I'm not quite yet, but we call housing and glamour, of course, the true end game of Final Fantasy XIV. And I guess you will understand why we call it this way. So you can spend a lot of time in housing, and you can spend a lot of gil in housing as well. It is quite expensive, to be honest, and it's actually because of the situation the way it is at the moment at a lot of servers. At least on my server, I'm on Shiva, I'm playing on Shiva, the housing situation is a mess, but I will get to that later. So first things first, let's start with the basics of housing. Is you have to be level 50 and you have to have the rank of a second lieutenant in your grand company. If you don't meet these requirements, you're unable to buy a house or buy an apartment or buy a room in your free company if you are in a free company. So yeah, this is possible. You can also buy a house for your free company if you've got a free company. And if you want to buy a house for your free company, then you need to be level 50, second lieutenant, and your free company has to be rank 6. So these are the basic for housing. So first things first, if you don't have much skill, which is how it is when we start to play, you will obviously want to buy a room in your free company house. I'm standing here in front of my free company or our free company, and you can buy rooms here. We will enter this the house that we have here, and then you usually have these free company houses. They are the same as the personal houses, but they have this door in the back of the house, and it says entrance to additional chambers. And this is actually where you can access the company workshop that comes with the free company house. We will come to that later as well. Or the specific private chambers that we have here. I've got my own private chamber as well, my own private room as well. And the good thing about it is that it only costs, only, air quotes, cost 300,000 gil, this company room. So this is the cheapest way to acquire a room. Which is actually the same size as an apartment. It's exactly the same size. But on the other hand, if you are not very happy with a company, if you want to change your free company, or if you found other people, or you want to change to the server, you will have to demolish this room, and you will have to move out, and you lose the money. So this is the downside. It is you won't be refunded. So if you move out, you just move out, and the 300,000 gil are just lost for you. So this is the downside. Maybe we can enter it here, and then we will have an idea, because this is the room I furnished. It's actually as an office room, but this is how a room looks like, more or less. Usually it is unfurnished. I don't have an unfurnished room. I can enter now because I think none of our guild members are in the state of being unfurnished, but you have an idea of the size. I will do in a few weeks, I will do another stream where I can show you the basics of furnishing a room, of glitching and floating, because this is something very special in housing. And I will show you what you can do with a small room. Yeah, so this is what the cheapest option is in order to have your own property. It's a room in the free company house. If you don't want that, if you say, oh, I want something that is more, well, maybe I want to change free companies, maybe I have made some, not so good experiences with free companies, or I just want to be independent, then you can buy an apartment. Apartments are available in every housing districts. We have got 4 districts in Final Fantasy so far. These are tied to the big cities that we have, meaning for Gridania, it is the Lavender Beds. For Ulda, it is Goblet. This is actually the housing district we are in right now. For Limsa, it is Mists. And for Kugane, it is Shirogane. And we will get another housing area that is announced, and you can actually see it. We will travel there later on in Ishgard. So people are very excited about Ishgard. There has been a long, long time people wanted to, go to Ishgard. So in every of these districts is an apartment building, and there you can buy an apartment for 500,000 gil. So this is, I'm very sorry to say, it's the same size as the free company room. It costs you 200,000 gil more, but actually you will never lose that apartment. You will never lose it. This is another thing that we go to. How do you have access to the housing districts? There are different quests you have to do in order to unlock the residential districts. For Lavender Beds, it's a woman named Marguerite at the Bent Branch Meadows in Central Shout, and you must complete the quest where the heart is, Lavender Beds. So this is first. For Goblet, it's Imme, and she is at Scorpion's Crossing in Western Tanalan, and the quest is named Where the Heart Is, the Goblet. And for Mists, that is the housing location for Limsa. It is, I cannot pronounce his name, Aktonken, maybe? I probably butchered that name. I'm sorry to the Rogadine, actually. And you find him at the Red Rooster Steed in Lower Lanusea, and you must complete the quest Where the Heart Is, Mists. And in Shirogane, you have to talk to Tsurubami in Kugani, and there you have to complete the quest I Dream of Shirogane. And then you will have access to the housing district. You will find them here, over the Easterized system, Residential District Ethernet. And this is where you want to go. And then we want to go to a specific ward. We have got 24 wards in each housing area, which consist of a main division and a subdivision that you find here. So in total, we have in each division we have 30 plots, and in a subdivision we have another 30 plots, meaning per ward we have 60 plots available. And we have different sizes of the houses, as you can see here. We have got small houses, we have got medium houses, and we have got large houses. And there are only 3 large houses per division. And then there are 5 medium houses. No, 6, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, I'm sorry. And the rest is small houses. Yeah, so we will just go here. And let's take a look around at the beautiful lavender beds. It's raining, so this is not the perfect weather. I'm very, very sorry. I cannot show you. Lavender beds are very beautiful. It's a very beautiful district, and it's very sought after. A lot of people want to live here, which might as well be a problem because you don't find any free houses. So yeah. Let's have a look around what it looks like. So here's the map. Take it a little bit back. Here you can see all the different houses. The blue houses are open, meaning that you can enter the houses and visit them. This is what I'm actually doing with a house tour, where we just visit random houses or houses of our Final Fantasy Girls Only Discord server and show them off. And the yellow houses are closed houses where the owners decided that you cannot enter. You can lock your own house so other people won't be able to enter that. On this map you can see the different sizes of the houses. These are medium houses. This one, the medium houses are called houses. The small ones here are called cottages. And the large houses are called mansions. And we will see the difference. So, and this here, hang on, where is it? Here, Lily Hills is the apartment building where you can buy an apartment. So first we want to go to Lily Hills. We use the Ethernet here because I wanted to show you the apartment. So we teleport here. This is the apartment building. It's huge. Look at this. Well, I don't know. It's... cannot see it perfectly, but I think this should work. So what do you have when you have a chocobo, where you can put your chocobo in. A chocobo stable where you can feed and grow your chocobo and stuff. And we enter the apartment building. We go to the lobby at first. So this is the lobby, what it looks like. Look at this. Every lobby has an apartment caretaker. This is actually where you can buy a house. An apartment, I'm sorry. Here. Where you can leave your apartment. Where you can change your interior. Placing furniture. Here you will find everything about what is going on. And here you will see the price. And what is the request of that you have to meet. Oh, and the main scenario quest, not without incident. Interesting, I didn't know that. So I cannot buy another apartment because I own already an apartment. That I will be unable to buy one. Here I can buy different items, furnishing stuff, and so on. Yeah, and let's see what we have. go to a specific apartment. Here you see all the players that are living here, and it's just the same as the map with the houses I showed you before. The blue ones are open, and the yellow ones are closed. You cannot enter them. Let's start here. Let's see what we find. It can be weird. Oh, nice. Yeah. So this is what an apartment looks like. Interesting. Well, let's go to another one. I'm always curious. Oh, the true god. Let's see, who is the true god? Perfect. Oh, this is great. Because this is actually what an apartment looks like, and what a room in a free company looks like when it is not furnished. So yeah, this is great. I'm happy to see that. So this is what it looks like. Perfect. Yeah. But if you say this is nothing that you want a house, and you want to start with a small house, save your money, because you have to invest at least. This is the cheapest plot, because the plots are graded from 1 to 5, and the cheapest plot will be 3 million gil. This is what you have to pay for the plot. And then you will have to pay for a permit as well in order to build a house. And the permit varies as well. For a large house, it will be 1 million. And for a small house, I must admit, I have forgotten how much the permit is. Let me just check. The permit, I think it's... Is it true? The permit is 450,000 gil. To be honest, I don't remember. But yeah, that might be. So the permit has to be buying as well. Just a tip, try to buy a permit from the market board and not from the vendor that you will find in the residential areas, because usually you might find a permit that is more that is cheaper on the market board. So I would recommend to do that. Okay, so this is what we have. We go outside. Go outside the building. All the residential areas have a different vibe. You will see that. Oh, perfect. So Mists is giving you, I think, a holiday vibe. Look at this. You have a beautiful view because you have a beach. Mists is absolutely famous for the beach. Let's go down to the beach. It's a wonderful beach here. Look at the view. Ah, perfect. Everything. It looks like Côte d'Azur, doesn't it? I think it looks so great. Here you can chill. Wonderful. Perfect. So, these are different houses that we have. This is a small one. And as I said before, we have different plots with different prices. And as you can imagine, just in real life, if you take the Mist, these plots here with beach view, they are grade 1, and they will be the most expensive plots that you have. This one here is a large one, and actually these will be very expensive. So the medium ones, they start with from 16 million to 20 million. That's the most expensive one. And the large one starts from 40 million to 50 million, which is the most expensive large house. And Now we come to the downside of the housing system that we have at the moment. I will show you in a second. We hardly have any houses available. I checked before I started to stream, and hopefully it is still available. I don't know. We will find a free plot in Goblet. This one was the only plot I actually saw, so hopefully it is still available. And there are not enough houses. Players are not able to buy any house or any plot they want. And I personally have never seen a large plot available for purchase on just like that. I've never seen one. I've just seen medium ones when new wards have been added. There have been new wards being added to the old ones like a few months ago. That was a crazy day. Honestly, it was a crazy day. Everyone logged in with like huge queues of people trying to log in. Everyone tried to snatch a house. It was absolutely crazy. Like people are, you know, rushing to the plots and buying the plots they wanted to have. And but at that time I didn't see a large plot either, and I was happy that I was able to buy a medium house, and I didn't care for the area. I just wanted to have a medium house, and I was able to buy a medium house, and we were able to buy a medium house for our free company, but I haven't seen a large house. So this is really a problem in Final Fantasy, and I know that Square Enix and the devs, they are aware of it. They want to make the system better, but the way the system works at the moment, it is very weird. So there is such a thing as, I don't know how I should call it, but it's a kind of like a gray market, maybe, because it is not a black market. It is Square Enix knows about this, but they kind of don't acknowledge it, but they kind of, you know, accept it, or however you will it. People sell houses or sell plots to other people in game for gil. So you have to pay someone gil that they move out from the plot, that they move out. And when you have a house, you can relocate there. And you have to pay them in order to move. And if it is a grade 1 plot, a very good plot, you will have to pay for a medium house. For a good plot, for a medium plot, for a medium house, you will have to pay like 110 to 120 million gil. It's absolutely insane. And I think this system invites people to do real money trade. This is my personal opinion. And I think it is very, very, very unfair. But as I said before, we will get housing in Ishgard, and there will be another system. The Island Sanctuary, another region, will be implemented into the game, and I'm very, very excited about that. And hopefully this will fix the problem. Another problem that we have with housing at the moment is the way you buy a house, if you're able to buy a house. And I will show you that. Hopefully that this house in Goblet is still available. Let's see it. Let's see. Yes. Here we are. Here you see, this is the plot that is at the moment available to buy. And it's a good plot because it is 3,750,000. So we will go there. And I will show you how the system works. We have to go to the subdivision first, because when you go to a residential area, you will always be at the main division. So let's check where the house is. Here you can see all the houses, and if you see this symbol here, this hammer, then you know this is available for purchase. You can go there. So what is the next etherite? Let's go. Oh, it's brimming hot actually. Ah, that's why it is so. Okay. Okay. Ah, and they, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is what it looks like. People are trying to get a house. All these people are trying to get this house. And so how do you do that? This is a plot. It is empty. You click on the card. And you see, you want to purchase the land. And let's see. Private individual, yes. Oh no, okay. I cannot. Hopefully I won't be able. Okay. So we can't go there. This is interesting because usually you will get now the message that the plot is unavailable to purchase. This is because there is a timer on the plot, which is a random timer, and it is invisible. And this timer goes from like 1 hour or in half an hour, I think, to 24 hours. And you don't know at what time this plot will be able to purchase. So you have to spam the placard, and this is actually what the people are doing. And you see a lot of people here who have changed their status to busy. This is actually because they don't want other players to mess with them and trade accept trade requests, because there are players which don't play actually very fair, and they will try to trade with your character in order to keep you from spamming the placard. And because maybe their friend or whoever wants to purchase this special plot. And in order to avoid this, they want to, they put their status to busy. I hope I could explain it perfectly. But I know, and I myself have experienced that more than once, that it can take weeks in order to get a house, because so many times you're unlucky, someone has relocated on this plot, because once you have a house, you can relocate to any plot that you want to. Just a few tips that we just know from many months and years almost with the housing situation. New houses will be shown as being available at the full hour in real time. That's meaning at like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So if you want to check every residential area, what you should do it at the full hour. And mostly because the random timer that is on these plots is like a normal statistic random timer. Most plots are sold within 10 to, I think, 14 hours. So this one here, we don't know, I don't know when the plot was available, but I know this plot is worth, or is still 3,750,000, and the next evaluation is in 90 minutes. So I have an idea since when this plot has been available. It is relatively fresh. So if you want to be you know, you don't want to stand 24 hours or longer before that plot, you can just like, you know, come back in 10 hours and use that hot time to spam the placard. That might be a more efficient way. We'll change this system, and I'm very happy that they will do it. And in the future, it will be a raffle. So when you want to buy this plot, as far as I understood it, you have to, you know, like pay the money and or just like, you know, fund the money somewhere, and then there will be a raffle, and then you will, after a random timer, you will know if you have gotten the plot or if you haven't gotten the plot. Which I think, in my personal opinion, this is it is still good luck, like it is at the moment as well. But at least at that time, I can, you know, play the game, which is actually what I'm here for. So yeah, this is the housing system in Final Fantasy and how to get a house, which is, as I said before, a pain in the ass. So when you go to this plot, this is what an empty plot looks like. You cannot enter this construction area. And when you have purchased the building permit, then you can build your house. You want a house for different things, so we can go to our FC house, for example, and I will show you some stuff that you can do in a house or in an apartment or an FC room that you can't do anywhere else. So one thing is you can play the music. You have these orchestrions. There are different types of orchestrions where you have a playlist, and then you can play the music from the orchestrion rolls that you obtain from the dungeons that you play, for example. So this is one thing. The other reason is the paintings, like these. Oops, let's see. You can look at these paintings. These paintings can be obtained by the Joyous Painter in Idleshire, and these paintings will be available after you have done the sightseeing log. After you have done this particular place of the sightseeing spot, and then you can buy this painting for 1,000 gil at the Joyous Painter. And I'm very lucky because my in-game husband is a completionist and he has got all the sightseeing spots. And whenever I want to have a painting, I'm telling my in-game husband, go to the Joyous Painter, I want to have this, this painting, and buy it for me. And another thing that you can do in rooms, apartments and houses is, of course, you can have mannequins like these. This one here is one of mine, and there you can show off your armor, or you can, you know, show off your glamour. You find very funny things sometimes in houses when you go on housing tours, which I personally find very, very exciting to do. And yes, this is actually what a mannequin looks like. You can put those up. So this is why you would want to have a house, apart from having a place where your character lives. When you do role play, for example, it can be very important. And when it comes to a free company house, you have something else that is very interesting. That is the company workshop. Let's go to our company workshop. The company workshop is looking the same in every FC house. And at this workshop, you can, for the crafter, it is very interesting. Oh, I forgot one thing, but I will add it in a few. For crafter, it is especially interesting because you can build submarines and airships. We have like 2 airships. And these airships... Okay, here we are, and we have got 2 submarines, and these submarines and airships, they will explore different regions. They will discover new regions and they will bring back material. And with this material, you can then do something else, build housing projects, for example, that you are able to build different facades, for example, that you can do different projects with the submarines as well. So this is actually, I have to admit, not my forte. I'm more the decoration type, and my in-game husband is actually the crafting part of us. So this is this is his part, and I'm the one who's doing the decoration and the gardening. Oh, gardening is another thing that you can do with housing. I will come to that later when we get out. And yes, when it comes to crafting, we have something else within houses. You don't have to go to the company workshop, but you have these items, like this one here. I'm not a crafter, so... oh, okay, I'm not an alchemist. This is my problem. These facilities can be used by different crafting jobs. I never used them because I'm not the crafter, so I might not be, you know, the best one for you to explain. But I heard from the master crafter that I know that these crafting facilities are actually not really helpful when you are a higher level at crafting, but they should be helpful when you're not that high in crafting level at a job. So I actually only placed them here because they look cool. For decoration reasons, to be honest. This is the reason why I put these crafting facilities in here. You can grow these indoor plants like this one here, or these beautiful roses. There's a limited number of plants that you can have in a room or in an apartment or in a small house, medium house, and a large house. I think it was, let me check, it was 2 with a room. With a room or an apartment, you can have 2 plants that you can grow. There are different plants you can buy from the housing merchant that you have in every residential area. And in a medium house, you can have 3 different plants, or can be the same plants. And in the small one, you will, in a large one, you will have 4. So, and the last thing that you can do with houses, but you cannot do with apartments or FC rooms, is gardening. A small house is able to have such a garden bed with 8 beds in it, such a patch. A medium house is able to have 2 patches, and a large one is able to have 3 patches with 8 beds in it. And why is it so important that you can have, or why do you want to do gardening? Actually, because you can make money with gardening. You can do crossbreeding. This is actually what I'm doing here at the moment. And by crossbreeding, you can you know, produce things like the Tefnarian onion, for example, that you need for chocobos, and you can sell them. And or the umbrella fix that carpenters need for a certain housing item. So this is why people want gardening, and it's a shame really that you cannot do gardening when you own an apartment. You are not able to have a garden. It is only available if you have a house, a cottage, or a mansion, actually. So yes, this is what you can do with housing. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the stream, and happy housing, everyone. Bye.